It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Friday, October 14th. I'm Michael Groff. And for those of you hoping for some kind of change in this stagnant weather pattern that we're locked into, well, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is that, yes, the weather pattern across North America will be changing. The bad news is it's not going to have much of a noticeable impact on us. We'll talk about it as we look outside this morning. Mostly clear skies. Another gorgeous start to the day. 70 degrees at Sky Harbor right now. Dew point at 34, relative humidity 26%. The winds are light, and the barometer is rising. Temperatures around south central Arizona and across the metro area this morning. The cool spots at Maricopa and Fort McDowell were there in the low to mid 50s. Chandler is in the upper 50s. Most of us, though, are in the 60s to near 70 in the warmest spots of the urban core. A few clouds on the satellite picture this morning across northwest Arizona, but nothing of any significance. Much different story for the Pacific Northwest, as a series of storm systems, including the remnants of Super Typhoon Songda, will be crossing the Pacific, heading into that region over the next couple of days. They had a wind gust on the Oregon coast yesterday in excess of 100 miles per hour. So they have hurricane force wind watches, high wind warnings, wind advisories, winter storm watches, winter weather advisories, and flash flood watches, all for the Pacific Northwest. Just everything you can imagine that's related to strong storms will be possible up there over the next few days. Meanwhile, in the rest of the country, frost advisories for southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, east, all the way to west central Pennsylvania and upstate New York. On the convective outlook, no organized areas of severe weather today. Some thunder possible in the southern plains and on the Pacific Northwest coast. Tomorrow, there is a marginal risk of severe weather from Davenport, Iowa to Rockford, Illinois, over toward Madison, Wisconsin. And rainfall for the next 7 days, just not a drop to be had here in the desert Southwest. Much different story again for the Pacific Northwest. Look at those totals, in excess of a foot of rain. You combine that with the several inches they've already had, and we're talking about storm totals over 20 inches of rain. Never mind how much snow they're going to be getting, which will be measured in multiples of feet for the higher elevations. And let's see if we can find any rain or any cooler weather for us as we take a look at the models right now, get into the forecast. This is the GFS, the 06C run valid at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time today. Just not going to see any rain or anything of note, just a few high clouds with this pattern that we have right now. Westerly flow, dry air, temperatures climbing up into the mid-90s today. After a very comfortable night tonight with clear skies and dry air, we'll cool into the mid-50s to mid-60s. Tomorrow, that low that's slamming into the Pacific Northwest near the Puget Sound tomorrow afternoon will actually have some impact on us. Deep baroclinic low and negative height anomalies will cause atmospheric heights here in the Southwest to rise, and that will push high temperatures in the mid to upper 90s here in the Phoenix metro area. The deserts of Southeast California and Southwest Arizona will climb well above 100 degrees. Sunday, essentially the same thing. Highs will be again in the mid-90s here, near 100 degrees in the warmest deserts. Monday, more rain, more snow in the Intermountain West, but absolutely nothing around here. A few high clouds, and we will start to shave a few degrees off of our high temperatures as those weather disturbances pass us by and continue to break down the ridge. So highs will climb into the lower to middle 90s on Monday. Tuesday, few more degrees of cooling, upper 80s to low 90s, but only some high clouds at best. And then this is the change I was talking about in the weather pattern across North America. High pressure will start to strengthen here over the western states, and that'll push the storm track even further to the north. Could be some breezes around here on Wednesday. Temperatures will again climb back into the lower to mid-90s. Next Thursday, middle 90s around here, and again pushing 100 in the southwest deserts. This is a week from today, Friday, October the 21st. Very impressive trough and upper low over the southern plains. But we're going to just have dry northwest or northerly flow with a high pressure area off the Southern California coast. Temperatures, if this verifies, push into the mid, maybe again the upper 90s in spots. Excellent model agreement on this scenario, so doesn't look like there's going to be any chance of any sort of precipitation around here or any cooler weather anytime soon. This is Saturday, October the 22nd, and again, high pressure off the Southern California coast, a very deep low over the southern plains, right over the Arklatex, but nothing in terms of rainfall around here. And this is the end of the forecast period, Sunday, October 23rd. Big trough over the southeast and a good upper low over Tennessee. And the ridge here in the west is flattened out. Temperatures will start to cool off again, but will still be well above normal, lower to mid-90s. Normal high by October 23rd around here is in the mid to upper 80s. Well, hopefully we can get some changes in the weather as we go forward. These are temperatures through the period. And again, you do see we might cool it off a few degrees early next week and then warm it up by the end of the week. Temperatures could even be higher than this. And then by the end of the month, indications are that there will be a change in the long wave pattern and we'll start to cool it off. And that's historically what happens around here. October is very much a feast or famine month in terms of temperatures and precipitation here in Phoenix. We're just kind of caught in between the tropical moisture to the south and the mid-latitude storms that pass us by to the north. Pretty typical. And that's a look at the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. Our next video comes at you tomorrow morning. Thanks so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. We'll see you then. Have a great Friday.